Hello and welcome. As today's date is the 7th of July 2018. My name is Derek and this is the Crypto Day Morning. Welcome to today's video. And let's start off with CoinMarketCap. 1,620 cryptos on the market. I remember seeing that just a little under 1,600 a few days ago. And even not that long ago, breaking past 1,000 as the number keeps rising. Is that too many? What number is too many? For some might have thought 400, some might even think 5,000 plus. We'll see how many keeps on coming into play as we move into, well, this year and next year. Bitcoin pretty much flat, as is Ethereum, and 1% move here. Of course, the higher ranked coins usually will have lower percentage variances than the bigger coins. There's a spot where Tezos is up 25%, yet it is significantly down from the start of the week. This is a 7-day chart. It was down pretty big, I think, yesterday or the day before. Obviously, we can see it amongst such. So then, let's, nothing I think else worth looking at. The Loom network up 31%. Let's take a, and actually, Smart Cash. I'm into that one. It's at number 100. So let's just quickly take a look at this Loom network. I have never seen this amongst CoinMarketCap before. Where is it traded? Binance. Okay. What does the chart look like? Obviously, it's up today. It's having from a correctionary fall lower from the primary uptrend. It's starting to do a nice little curve shape. Maybe this is showing, again, one of several coins that have been rallying nicely, the possibility of the July 1st rally. I want to start this off with an Vertcoin against Bitcoin and constant downtrend that it was in. And now we see a little bit of a change here. A failure attempt originally amongst the correctionary move. Band flattened out, but it wasn't able to do anything else after that. What it did do was barely make a lower low, or a leg lower from that area. But since this point, it's definitely starting to show a lot better signs right now. What I find productive about such is this pullback here, which represents a higher low from the lows set in at around the 29th of June, was found to be that of a higher low rally coming on good volume, but then the volume that has occurred just in the recent term time frame, that's phenomenal volume. And I'm also now seeing that the level of resistance is going to be very important in how this ballpark area holds. So far, after the first large candle that got up past the point, was followed with a pause candle at the 18 highs, which was then followed with a very good green candle and another pause one. And there's 13 minutes, 28 seconds left, and this is 400 minutes. So it's pretty much the end of the period. So it's holding this move very productively. On the daily chart, we're going to see a market that has been, of course, down for quite some time, but choppily moving. Choppily as in back throughout the last year plus. But maybe it'll make a move up to the next key point. What I didn't do is draw in another line down here. This looks to me like either the 61 and 38 from here, but I haven't calculated Fibonacci from here. So I'll make this a detailed altcoin analysis video and do some work on this later on. But it's at an area where it's had a significant leg lower, and maybe a little larger of one that you would normally expect. After all, before it had some support at the 32,000 handle, and then it dropped down to 22. And here it's dropped from 22 to 13. So yeah, decent size move lower. And as I pointed out so many times in markets, this game, it's like using the reference of a Risk game or Magic the Gathering, I'm going to use like a two participant game. Risk can oftentimes and usually is played with multiplayer. But in the situation of you have turns that can be short, medium, or long in duration of time, as well as how powerful of an impact some turns have over others and how weak or average some can be. So it's the turns of bringing the market down and up, the bulls versus the bears. So you can almost look at the April Fool's rally here as being a really bad effort turn by the bulls. And the bears have had a phenomenal turn since this May run. And they have been just dominating this game after the bulls dominated up to Halloween in this case of last year. So are the bulls going to be looking to have their turn now? Have the bears passed the dice? It looks like after the short term, maybe. But when you see market volatility that you have amongst here, when I talk about the different strategies, when markets go up, you sell. When they go back down, you buy. This brings tremendous opportunity. That what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show a chart from the breakout here from just around October 20th-ish area up until around January 23rd-ish area. And I'm going to scroll through. This is the 3-hour time frame from October 14th through November the 15th. So we'll even scroll past through. But as we can see here, a market going up to 94, down to 41, presented many buyback opportunities for the selling that would come into place. Even little small situations here after this bottom at 42. Am I going to be putting sell orders at and below 60? Yeah, I am. And I'll be able to buy some them back here, sell again in November. All of this buying down here until right around Halloween. And then in December, this did very poorly compared to other coins in participating in the December rally, for it did so. But it really just stayed within its previous year range. And when it gave it back on its first gulp lower, where there's a lot of altcoins that still are above their November low highs. With that being said, everything sold up here was bought and back. And then we could see a lot of this choppy action giving great opportunities for the buybacks and selling from the lows. Lots of just this choppy action here when you're seeing buy areas at 31 and sell areas at 41. You're getting 30% moves. It's the best you're getting. And then you have the situations where markets just fly, like was the case here with this April Fool's rally. And then again into May, just this large decline, large rise, lot of opportunities, and to being able to get great trades back and forth. But as we can see, since this June high, it's just been grinding the way lower. There really has been no sell opportunities, nothing but buy. And now all of a sudden that's all starting to change over, while it also looks like the transition of direction of trend is moving that to the upside. Like always, everything you do is your own risk, own reward. I don't think I've said that yet. And I just made this a longer video over around 10 minutes with a quick Bitcoin analysis now. The original plan was like a 5 or 6 minute video because all I knew I was doing was talking about Vertcoin and then Bitcoin here. And there's not much to go over here. For this is like 5 days of it just really hugging and just sticking in with this 18 average of highs. And it's established a level of support, obviously, as we can see within this move. A lot of up and down choppy action along the way. And it's been holding higher lows, but generally speaking, in a situation like this, it's got to make a decision at some point. On support, one of the first places I'll be looking for is the 18 average of lows. That area is in at 6,250 right now. Below that, I'll be reluctant in the hopes of support coming in at 58.12. And below that, we're talking a new leg with possible large exposure going down to 3,000. And who knows what it could go down to in between. expecting a normal leg to be like 54, 5200, 5000-ish just as a standard one. But of course, you're in the turmoil territory down below if it does it. On a break of resistance, I'll be looking for a fast move to come up to the 7,130 area, which would represent a 38.2% level. At 8,000, I know is key Fibonacci on more longer term. That would be the level I'd be looking for if there isn't any quick resistance at 7,130. Thank you for tuning in to today's analysis, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.